Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Nyjah. I'm sorry if it's super loud. As you can see, we're outside. Anyways, in today's video, we are going to be going thrift shopping. I'm super excited because I have not been able to go shopping in quite a while. And yeah, why not go and do it on a budget? I have a total of $65 that I want to spend, but I did end up getting a chai latte, of course. So now I have $61 that I'm willing to spend. And to get the perfect thrift stores to go to, I think I'm just gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google the best thrift shops in Montreal. So the first website that comes up is MTL blog. And the first option is Eva B at 215 Saint Laurent. Then there's Cul-de-sac, which is also on Saint Laurent. And Annex Vintage, Citizen Vintage. So a lot of these places are located in and around the Mile End and Plateau. So that's probably where I'm gonna be headed. But if you are looking for shops to thrift at, then definitely visit MTL blog and the Concordian. I'll link that down below in the description box. So when you come to visit Montreal, or if you're in Montreal, then you have some links and you can go and thrift your ass off. Now, oh my gosh, I almost dropped my phone. The amount of times I've dropped this phone, like, my technology's acting up because I've dropped my phone, but also because we're on the iPhone, like 13, 14 now, I can't remember. So, you know, Apple is intentionally trying to blow up this phone. I didn't ask for oat milk, so I wouldn't say this one's my favorite, but that's okay. When they do put oat milk, it's so delicious. Okay, so I also wanted to mention it is a no makeup kind of day. Montreal's been beating me up a little bit, so I just don't want to cry off my makeup and my mascara. People are probably like, why is Montreal beating you up? Honestly, it's beating me up because being in transit with all my luggage, trying to find an apartment is really stressful. You see all these videos on YouTube and you see these people being like, oh my God, apartment hunting, apartment shopping, apartment decorating. And it is not that easy. Being in transit with all this luggage, trying to find an apartment that suits you and fits your heart and soul is so difficult. So, you know, keep that in mind when you're watching these apartment hunting videos. It's a lot of edits, it's a lot of cuts. The real thing is not like that at all. You don't just find an apartment and get to move in and get to decorate it. And not that I thought it would be exactly like that, but I definitely didn't think I would be getting like beat up a little bit on the apartment hunting market. I'm screaming. Whew. It's okay. Anyways, thank you for listening to my rant, and now it's time to go on this thrifting experience, and I will see you when I show you all of my thrift finds. Bye. Why not drop a tiny bit of knowledge on the history of thrifting and who it's made for? The concept of thrifting developed during the Industrial Revolution, a time when clothing started to be produced by the masses at an affordable cost. This was a new scene wave in fashion, since clothing had always been handmade and worn until no longer wearable, making the price very high. With the rise of fast fashion, people had easy access to new clothes at an affordable price, which caused them to get rid of their old clothes. With a newborn mentality emerging in the fashion industry, thrift shops such as Goodwill and the Salvation Army developed to help individuals in need, and Christian ministries began collecting items to sell and donate to funding programs. A collective mindset was shaping in North America, causing people to donate to more charities, which created more thrift stores to pop up and give opportunities and offer service operations to marginalized groups in society. With the first world experiencing rapid economic changes, a stigma was made that people who wore secondhand clothing were of lower income or poor. In today's age, as thrifting continues to rise in popularity, it has experienced subtle changes but still continues to raise money for nonprofit organizations and charities. The stigma around thrifting has shifted from being strictly low income and donation based to working towards the environment and reducing waste. While thrifting, you'll come across many different types of shops, so knowing the difference between thrift shops and resale shops are key. A thrift store receives merchandise from donors, whereas resale shops tend to carry curated vintage items and sell merchandise that has been bought from individuals, then resold. That is why you'll notice a price difference among thrift, curated vintage, and resale shops.
Now that I have collected some items, I want to show you what I have thrifted in this city. And the first thing I want to start with are scarves, because honestly, thrifting scarves is one of the best investments. You can use this for anything. You can use this for your hair, as a top. If the scarf's big enough, you could use it as a wrap skirt, but I loved this material and I'm so excited that I got it for $2.25 at Renaissance. It's definitely more of a summer type thing, but you know, the looks are gonna be coming through with this for sure. The next scarf that I got has a really beautiful print. And I'm thinking of doing something with the tassels on the end, so maybe I will rework this scarf. That's what I'm thinking. So I will definitely keep you updated for that. The next item that I picked up from Renaissance is this gorgeous blazer with tortoiseshell buttons, and it cost $7.75. So this isn't that thick of a material, but it does have really thick shoulder pads, and boxy shoulder pads are definitely something that's coming in season. Next, I have another jacket that I got. This is a pretty thin trench coat, semi-water resistant, but I got this from Eva B and it was $30. It is everything. I'm so in love with the rich greens, the mustard yellows, the burnt oranges. Having something that's a little bit lighter but won't get you too hot and you can still wear inside is the way to go during this time. And my absolute favorite thing that I have purchased on this thrifting experience, boom, these gorgeous boots. I'm obsessed with these square-toed faux leather. I thought they were real leather at first, which I was kind of like, but they are faux leather, and they were $14.99 at Value Village. I definitely think the items that I got are giving me high fashion. They are giving me a look. It's giving me a serious look right now. I could actually pair all of these together and do a really cute layering outfit, and it would still be a vibe. I also love finding one-of-a-kind pieces that you would find back in the 90s, 80s. I've even seen blouses from the 1920s, and definitely what's inspired me to start thrifting is the sustainable and ethical practices that revolve around it. Not only for the environment, but the idea behind thrifting is very important. When you're going on these thrift hauls or fashion hauls, definitely keep in mind how thrifting started and who it was made for and what organizations thrifting truly supports. And now that thrifting's become way more mainstream than it's ever been before, we do need to be aware of how we go about purchasing products in thrift stores. I personally feel that when it comes to things like winter necessities, that's something we should stay away from. And even when it comes down to toques, gloves, sweaters, I personally wouldn't buy that from a thrift store, and I don't have anything like that from a thrift store. If I do purchase something that is a jacket, it is very thin material, definitely something that isn't used to keep someone warm. It's more of a fashion statement. The jackets that I did end up thrifting, they are not thick. So don't go towards items, or I shouldn't say don't go, but try not to go towards items that people really need. If you can go out there and go into the store and buy a puffer jacket, then I definitely think you should do that. And then when you give it away, it will be on the thrifting market for someone else to enjoy, and that's what we love. This will definitely be one of many thrifting videos because I have found so many different types of thrifting and so many different types of stores, and there are thrifting jars and everything like that that I want to explore. Show you the tips and the tricks to doing that as I learn them, and we can go through this together. If you're wondering what I am doing outside to show you my thrift haul, I genuinely need to be outside right now, you guys. I can't handle the idea of being locked up in a house, in an apartment, anything like that. We've been doing this for the past almost a year. Yeah, being outside really means a lot to me right now, and I actually had a moment a couple days ago where I could not find my keys, so I could not leave the place that I was staying, and that was super tragic to not be able to breathe in the fresh air. Well, that is it for my thrift haul, and I definitely think with the environmental concerns and the movement to step away from fast fashion, as well as saving money, being aware of how you are spending your money, overall shopping with intention, I definitely think thrifting is something that we should all consider tapping into, because we are doing way bigger things than finding cute outfits or vintage one-of-a-kind pieces. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. I'm going to go roam around the city a little bit longer. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Be aware and be fashionable bravely.